Who else here has ever hit that 3 p.m. wall where your morning deodorant decides to just quit? Like it literally clocks out and says, my shift is over. Good luck. I'm Dr. Nina, a licensed clinical psychologist. And after 40, my body decided to completely change the game on me. What worked in my 20s and 30s suddenly became useless. I was that woman literally reapplying deodorant in bathroom stalls. And just because I didn't feel sure, I was avoiding hugs, which I don't really like to hug on people like that, no way, but. And I constantly worried about any conference room meetings. As someone who understands the mind-body connection professionally, I knew this wasn't just a physical issue. What worked in my 20s and 30s suddenly became useless. It was affecting me, a little bit on my confidence and even my mental well-being, far beyond just smelling bad. I'm talking about just that mental feeling that you don't feel as sure as you could. But I figured out why this happened and exactly what to do about it. Today, I'm breaking down the exact science on why our bodies feel like they want to betray us after 35. Plus my foolproof system that keeps me fresh 12 plus hours every day. We're covering everything from the bacterial battlefield happening on your skin to the one skincare ingredient that's secretly a body odor game changer. If you're ready for real solutions, that's what we do over here. Go ahead and hit subscribe. It's free $99.
Dr. Nina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
Before we dive in, I need to say this. If you're experiencing sudden changes in body odor, especially sweet, fruity, or fishy smells, please see your healthcare provider. Sometimes body odor changes can signal underlying health conditions, and those may need medical attention. Now drop your comment right now and tell me, what time of day does your deodorant really give up? 10 a.m., 2 p.m., after your workout, during your workout? Let's see how universal this struggle really is. Here's what's really happening and what no one may have ever explained to you. Your skin is home to billions of bacteria, and after 35, everything changes. The bacteria that live on your skin, they break down your sweat into smelly compounds. Research shows that they create specific odor profiles. That sharp ammonia-like smell, especially when bacteria break down urea, the sour milk smell from lactic acid buildup, and that distinctive oniony sulfur smell from bacteria breakdowns of proteins containing amino acids, for instance, like cysteine. But here's the kicker. Hormonal changes after 35 make your sweat more protein-rich, which is like serving those bacteria a 5-star buffet. Plus, stress sweat is completely different from heat sweat. When you're stressed, which, let's face it, can constantly be happening after 35. You produce sweat from different glands that have more of what the bacteria consistently like to feast on. I learned this the hard way because I've dealt with hidradenitis suppurativa, a condition where hair follicles get blocked and inflamed. And this creates bacterial breeding grounds in areas like your groin and underarms, and even underneath your boobs. In my early 20s, managing this taught me that smell isn't just regular body odor. It can be a deep, musty, and sometimes metallic smell. And it can be incredibly hard to eliminate because you're dealing with bacterial overgrowth, and that's at a whole different level. And this is why traditional approaches fail. We're fighting the wrong battle. Instead of just masking odor or blocking sweat, we need to control the bacteria that create specific smell compounds in the first place. And before you jump in and say this all has to do with what you eat, absolutely. But as a person who has been mainly a consistently clean eater for over 20 years, drinks a lot of water, you also have to consider the biological components that could be causing this. So don't get too high and mighty. This is going to sound weird, but one of my solutions came from one of my acne routines. Y'all know I love the Penoxyl benzoyl peroxide wash. I have the 4% and the 10%. It is revolutionary for body odor. Yep. Here's why it works. Benzoyl peroxide is a powerful antimicrobial, and it doesn't just kill surface bacteria. It penetrates and disrupts their ability to multiply. Dermatologists have been quietly recommending this for years. In fact, one of my faves, Dr. Dre, she talks about it all the time. Sometimes I use the 4% Penoxyl underneath my arms. I also use it underneath my boobs and between my thighs, and do that about 2 to 3 times a week. Just keep it in your little shower, and not daily, because that would be too drying. This creates an environment where odor-causing bacteria simply can't thrive. The key, though, is letting it sit 30 to 60 seconds before rinsing. Then following up with an excellent moisturizer because benzoyl peroxide can be drying. We ain't got time for looking like Ashy Larry. I've learned this so long ago, and it's been even more effective than most of my most effective deodorants. And for even tougher cases, y'all know I love my HyperCleanse and my Dettol, but HyperCleanse in particular for this. It's exactly what surgeons use to prep for surgery a lot of times. It provides up to 6 hours of antimicrobial protection. I use this once a week for a complete bacterial reset. And look, do not put it down in the middle. okay? We're not trying to kill the good bacteria. Now, let me share what completely changed my understanding of my own body. I chose to partner with Function Health, and it's because it's the only platform that allows you access to the kind of data that a lot of people never see and gives you the insights to actually take action. My results were eye-opening. In the past, I had lower than optimal vitamin D levels, and I'm still very keen on monitoring those levels closely. What I learned is how these internal factors can contribute to my body odor, and it was in a lot of ways that I never understood. With Function Health, you can test over 100 biomarkers, from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and even stress. You can also access multi-region MRIs and CT scans, all tracked in one secure place over time. What I learned is that body odor isn't just external. It's often your body signaling internal imbalances. For me, maintaining optimal vitamin D levels, that affects my immune system's ability to regulate skin bacteria naturally. Now I focus on keeping those levels optimized through targeted supplementation and lifestyle changes. But everyone is different. Some women discover lower zinc, affecting their antimicrobial defenses. Others find elevated inflammatory markers, making the skin more reactive, or even thyroid imbalances, affecting sweat composition and bacterial environment. And that's why they have top health leaders behind Function Health. The process is incredibly simple. Lab visits are fast and convenient at over 2,000 locations in the US and $4.99 a year. That's just $1.37 per day. For cutting-edge health insights that could cost over $10,000 if you did it on your own. Function doesn't just push supplements or pharmaceuticals. It's just powerful, unbiased health data designed to help you with your own health. Learn more and join by using my link. The first 1,000 get a $100 credit towards their membership. Visit functionhealth.com/BeautifulBrwnBabyDol or use code Dr. Nina 100 at the sign up to own your health. There's also a QR code here on the screen. This information has really helped me to derive a lot of the solutions that I'm sharing with you today. When you understand what's happening inside your body, the outside solutions become dramatically more effective. Y'all, most people think that deodorant is a one-size-fits-all. Wrong. After 35, you need a strategic defense system that's going to work with your body's natural rhythm. Step 1 is a clinical strength or your strength antiperspirant applied to completely dry skin before bed. I'm currently loving Arm & Hammer because it doesn't irritate me. The aluminum salts, they actually need about 6 to 8 hours to effectively block sweat ducts. Step 2, morning pH balancing. I use a toner with glycolic acid. I told y'all that Ordinary's glycolic acid toner, get into it, clock it, because not only is it inexpensive, but it works. I just put it on a cotton pad and put it under my arms. This maintains acidic environments where bacteria can flourish. Step 3 is targeted deodorant application. I don't just do underarms anymore, I use Lumi or Native sometimes under my arms, under breast, inner thighs, and even behind my knees. Yes, I sweat behind the knees. These are all areas that could develop odor with hormonal changes. Step 4 is the secret weapon, antibacterial body powder. I use the Burt's Bees dusting powder in areas that touch. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act silly, okay? Body areas touch. We grow. This not only absorbs odor, but it provides ongoing bacterial control throughout the day. Not only that, it allows areas to slip and slide past each other without creating too much friction, which can create more odor. What you put in your body directly affects how you smell coming out. This is where my Function Health insights really paid off. Based on a lot of my results, I started adding in a little bit more zinc supplementation, 15 mg daily with food. Zinc is crucial for immune function and natural antimicrobial activity. My levels were only borderline deficient, so we wasn't there, but we was getting there, which can definitely explain a lot. I also added a high quality probiotic, which I've been talking to y'all about a lot. I rotate between the azo as well as the Grooms. Your gut microbiome directly influences your skin microbiome, so internal bacterial balance matters. And chlorophyll, that became my secret weapon. We go way back. I add liquid chlorophyll to my water daily. Twice daily. It's literally nature's natural internal deodorant. Now you see the molecular structure of chlorophyll. It naturally neutralizes odor compounds from the inside. And hydration strategy matters too, not just drinking more water. But every day I drink at least half my body weight in water per day. But I also try to add electrolytes sometimes to get really good cellular hydration. Dehydrated cells produce more concentrated, smelly sweat. Now there's some foods that help. Parsley, cilantro, mint, and leafy greens. But there's also some foods that hurt, and it's hurting me. excessive garlic, processed foods, and alcohol. Yes, I said alcohol. I'm not saying avoid them completely, but be strategic about the time you're taking them in and how much you're having. Now, your clothes you got on, they're either your allies or your enemies. After 35, fabric choices become critical. Natural fibers are essential for undergarments. I know we love the Victoria's Secret and all the slip and slide and all the silk, okay? But cotton and bamboo are naturally antimicrobial, and they allow for proper airflow. We need the air to flow through us. Whoosh. Synthetic fabrics create bacterial breeding grounds, and those trap moisture and heat. Neither one of them I want right next to my skin. For workout clothes, look specifically at antimicrobial treatments, and some brands out there are getting real spiffy with it. They include silver ions or other antimicrobial technologies. They might be more expensive, but they eventually pay off because you're going to hide less odor in those clothes, which means they're going to last long. In the laundry game changer, I already told y'all about the white vinegar. But also for my workout bras and other workout undergarments, I've started to mix in just a little bit of baking soda. You can literally take baking soda with water and make a paste, put it on there, allow it to sit for 30 minutes before washing. What I find is this neutralizes odor compounds. And that's a lot of times what your regular detergent can miss. And y'all know my vinegar in the rinse cycle. Once a week, that's hidden. It removes deodorant buildup and bacteria, especially the kind that embeds real deep into the fibers of your clothing. I just use about a half a cup for regular loads, and no, I don't walk around smelling like vinegar. It wears off, okay? It goes away if you wash your clothes properly. And y'all know I'm all about the emergency protocols. My travel kits are different, but they contain similar things. Travel size clinical deodorant, antibacterial wipes or deodorant wipes, emergency shirt in a neutral color, some emergency drawers, breath mints, and even a small amount of baking soda if you can fit it in there. And that's for an emergency underarm paste if things get really bad. Now, how does that work? Mix a small amount of water with baking soda to create a paste. Apply it to the underarms. Wait for 2 minutes, then wipe it off. This neutralizes existing odor compounds immediately. It's not a long-term solution, but it'll get you through a crisis. Amen. I keep these kits in my car, my office, and in my gym bag. I told y'all about this for years. The investment in multiple kits has saved me more times than I can count. Now, you can make your own and put in what you want, but there's a nuclear option too. Antibacterial wipes followed by a reapplication of your entire system. Takes 5 minutes in the bathroom and it can completely reset your day. Let's troubleshoot some of the most common problems women face with their systems. Benzoyl peroxide is too drying. Solutions: start with a lower percentage, 2.5% or 4.0% instead of the high percentage. Use only twice a week and always make sure you follow up with a great moisturizer, preferably one containing ceramides and or hyaluronic acid. Problem: I'm still sweating through my clothes. This usually means that your nighttime antiperspirant isn't being applied to completely dry skin. Wait 10 minutes after showering and make sure your underarms are powder dry. Then apply. Okay, we got bars. But this is why I like to wax too, because my underarms are nice and smooth and I can feel whether or not they're actually dry or not. Problem: the smell comes back by afternoon. You're likely dealing with bacterial resistance. Switch to that HypoCleanse protocol once weekly. It's stronger than benzoyl peroxide and it resets that bacterial environment. Problem: my clothes still smell even after washing. Pre-soak in a mixture of white vinegar and baking soda, like the paste that I taught you about. Give it about 30 minutes before your regular wash cycle. For me, I find that this helps to break down embedded odor compounds. Sometimes body odor indicates something more serious that needs medical attention. So here's some red flags that warrant a doctor's visit. Sudden changes in body odor, sweet or fruity smells, fishy odors, or odors that don't respond to any of your interventions. These can indicate metabolic issues, infections, and even hormonal disorders. Conditions like diabetes, kidney issues, liver problems, or even severe hormonal imbalances, those can manifest into persistent body odor. There's no shame in seeking medical evaluation in those cases. This is where comprehensive testing like those from Function Health really come in handy. You want to catch underlying issues before they become a major problem. Prevention and early detection are always better than reactive treatment. Let's set a few realistic expectations. I find that the bacterial control method starts to work within 24 to 48 hours, especially when I need a reset. But the internal changes take 2 to 4 weeks to see full effects. The wardrobe and emergency protocols, those seem to up the game immediately. I noticed significant changes the week of starting the system. But complete transformation, that's going to take at least 3 to 4 weeks, especially as the skin microbiome is rebalancing and those internal factors optimize. So which of these solutions are you most excited to try? Have you ever used acne products for your body odor? Drop your experiences in the comments. I read every single one and I love to see the comments with additional things that we can do. If this helped you, go ahead and share it with a friend that's struggling. Comment, share it with someone who can use it, and subscribe. It's free $99. And make sure you check out some of my other hormonal balance videos. I'm starting a playlist. And those have a lot of my affordable wellness favorites because we optimizing our health 30 and beyond. Remember, you ain't broken or dirty. Our bodies are just changing. And now we have the tools to work with those changes instead of working against them. You deserve to feel comfortable and confident in your own skin. Now you have the roadmap to get there. You got this. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, Dr. Nina signing out. Peace.